Hi guys, Ray here, City Fan TV, and I'm fuming, absolutely fuming. That has got to be, has got to be one of the worst all-round performances for a very, very long time. Look, score is Chelsea have drawn 4-4 with City. City, you do not let 4 goals in. City, 3 times you're ahead in that game. You should not be letting teams back. But I've been saying it all season. Our defending has been atrocious. Absolutely diabolical. We have been conceding goals in almost every single game. We've played now 19 games this season. 19 games this season. We've had 5 blooming clean sheets. 5 clean sheets. And it's not, you can't put your finger on one defender. Everybody is making calamitous errors. Today we've seen Kyle Walker ripped to pieces. Absolutely destroyed by Raheem Sterling and others. He was a mug today, Kyle Walker. Okay? We've seen Ruben Diaz. Come on, who reckons he's the best defender in the world, best centre-back in the world? My backside. I've been saying it for so long. So long. Do not blow smoke up players' backsides because he was awful. Really, really bad. Gvardiol, yes, he's only 21. We've been saying that. But he makes mistakes. Everybody's making mistakes. Left, right, centre. Rodri, what was he doing today? He was bobbins. Foden, after a good start, second half, petered away. Okay, Doku was awful. But, however, he was awful. That dive in that second half, terrible. When we were winning 3-2, he cut inside. He had that shot, which was straight at the keeper. If he'd put it in, I don't know why he hit it to the middle. If he'd put it into the corner, we had 2 players coming on. If the goalkeeper gets there, someone taps it in. If it doesn't go in on its own, goalkeeper's not holding on to that with a decent shot. I don't understand it. I'm slagging him off. But having said that, at least he created something. Grealish did very, very little, except flop down, okay, and get free kicks and not getting booked. So Grealish didn't do much. At least Doku gives you that feeling that he can actually create something, have a bit of magic, and something can happen. But to be honest, all over the pitch, awful. Alvarez, what was he there for? Bernardo had a bobbins game as well. All right, good cross for Akanji's goal, but it wasn't the Bernardo that you'd expect. Haaland got a couple of goals. You can't knock him if you want, but it was as if City had seen. I've been reading the papers that we've beaten Chelsea the last 4 times we played them by 1-0. I think we beat them the last 6 times we played them. Okay? It's 2.5 years since Chelsea beat us in that Champions League final. Chelsea had got 1 point, 1 measly point in the last 4 games at home. 1 point. They've been beaten by loads of teams. I can't even remember them all. I remember Brighton beat them a couple of weeks ago. At home. Not Brighton, sorry, Brentford. I get me names right. Brentford beat them. Chelsea are languishing 10th in the table, and this is the kind of performance we put out. Chelsea, okay, let's go back. Forget the Blackburn Rovers game, okay? That was in the League Cup. Sorry, they haven't won, sorry. They got 1 point in the last 4 home games, okay? They lost at home 2-0 to Brentford, drew with Arsenal 2-2. You go back into September, okay? They lost at home to Villa, drew away at Bournemouth, and lost at home to Forest. So in the Premier League, in the last 4 games, they've got 1 measly point. It's as if City had turned up thinking, hey, they got 1 point in 4 home games in 10. We can just turn up and it'll happen. We'll win. The mistakes were all over the pitch. I'll go through some of the comments, guys, because it's better to read your stuff than lose me rag. So, from Zohair, poor performance. Phil Foden says very disappointing. Terrible defending, Zohair. I would have started Jack. Well, I thought Jack. I mean, although Doku excites me, I would have thought Jack as well. But Jack, Jack's just holding the ball. He's not doing anything else. He's not really doing anything with that ball. Doku at least gives you that potential that he's going to do something. And last game he did it. Last game he did it. But Jack Grealish isn't giving you that. And Grealish was on for long enough. I mean, he must have come on with it. Wasn't even 60 minutes gone. So he had 35, 40 minutes, Grealish. At least 40 minutes on that pitch. So he had enough time to do something. Absolutely, Sean. City blew it. Chris Welch. Shambolic. I mean, that's polite. The passing was terrible. It's disgusting, says Phil Foden. Not good at all. Doku, Foden, Rodri, Diaz, Gvardiol, Walker, Alvarez, all very positive. Look at Edison. What was Edison doing with that shot that was straight at him? You know, if you're gonna punch it away, if you're not gonna save it, you've got to shovel it to one side. Terrible. Also, here, look, Sterling. You know, he didn't do it the last couple of 3 seasons at City, and now he turns up and rips Kyle Walker a new one. Kyle Walker was awful today, not just with Sterling. We were honestly playing like bozos. What a terrible performance. Oh, mate. Absolutely. It was horrendous. Healthy tips. Disgusting defending against a mid-table struggling team. Look, as I said, Chelsea have got 1 point in the league at home in the last 4 games. They've lost at home to Brentford. I forgot everybody else now. They lost at home to Brentford. They lost at home to Nottingham Forest. They've been poor. We were just awful. We were wide open, absolutely. Greenish, pathetic, or Grealish, green. I don't know what that comment was. We played like we were drunk. Well, we played like we. Oh, look, game killer. Look, come on, mate. Come on. John Stones has hardly played this season. So it wasn't a miss. Quality was a miss. We were lacking in quality. Jack Grealish came on. He was impotent. He weren't doing out. At least Doku was firing blanks most of the time. But at least he was firing. He was firing summer, even if it were blanks. Diaz, Gvardiol and that. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Abu Khalid, not happy. Second worst match by Pep after Arsenal. Oh, yeah, look, it was horrendous. It really was terrible from us today. Look, we went up 1-0. That we should be tightening things up. We let them back in. We let them back in with some horrendous defending again. We get back so they're winning 2-1. We get back to 2-2 just before halftime. 3-2 early in the second half. We had so many opportunities to take that to get away from them. We didn't take them. They come back. They could have won that game. They could have won that. They had so many opportunities as well. We were glaringly open. And I'm sorry. We all talk about Calvin Phillips and say he's no good and he's not ready. He's not good enough for the City side. But on the performances we've seen today from players, Calvin Phillips should be first name in the midfield because they were dog. You know what I'm going to say? They were rubbish. Healthy tips, Silks. Look, mate, this was an opportunity. This was an opportunity to create some daylight between us and everybody else. Okay, this was an opportunity to get 3 points clear and increase our goal difference to somewhere in the. I think I said we should be 6, 7, 8 ahead. Okay, we had that chance today. Look at the games we've got coming up. We've got in the first game back after international break, Liverpool. We've got Liverpool coming up. We've got Spurs coming up. We've got Aston Villa coming up. We've got some tough old games coming up. We should have been taking maximum points out of this because any of those games we could lose 1, 2. We could lose games. We could lose, potentially, you could lose all those 3. I mean, it sounds unlikely, but hey, who thought Wolves would have beat us? Who thought Chelsea would have scored 4 goals against us? What's this? Man, I don't see any positive. Honestly, we're creating chances by what? Chelsea were wide open. We were wide open. They're crap. Chelsea are in 10th for a reason. They're crap. Just Roger. I don't know, mate. I really don't know how many yellow cards Rodri's got. Played like someone had farted in defence. Yeah, and they all ran away. It must have been a big old stinky one because everybody went, woo! Everybody come through. Cole Palmer should have scored a couple today. He really should have scored that one when he hit it straight at Edison. How the hell do we let Jackson score? Look, That's all on Edison and the defense not coming back. Walker for Raheem's goal. What's he doing? Yes, you expect Gvardiol to deal with it, but I said it far too often. We're just sticking a foot out. We're not decisive enough. You've got to be more decisive in your play, and your clearances, and your control, and your passing. We were crap, and right at the end we give the ball away. Bernardo give the ball away. Honestly, it was awful. Liverpool next. Callie says, I really didn't understand why Dork quite so early. He was just starting to play him well. He had that yellow card. He did that dive, and I felt like we were winning. Pep wanted control. Pep wanted control of the game. We didn't get control of that game. We were awful, really, really poor. Disappointed, massively disappointed. I'm going to have a drink because otherwise I've just been ranting for 10 minutes. I'll lose my voice. Oh, no, guys. I'm bitterly disappointed because we were awful. Look, when Diaz was terrible for the first 2 goals, but once you make one mistake, you should not be making more mistakes. You should be concentrating, focused. Walker making mistake after mistake after mistake. Rodri mistake. Bernardo, Alvarez, Foden in that second half. Doku, Green, all over the pitch. All over the pitch. Mistakes. Just a terrible performance. All Chelsea goals came from City losing the ball in fact. Absolutely. Chelsea, look, we made Chelsea look like a half-decent side today. We made them look like a half-decent side, and they're not. They're not. They're 10th for a reason. They've lost 3 of the last 4 at home in the league for a reason. They're not very good. They're not very good. I'm really unhappy. Really. I'm tired. I'm tired of this crap because, who do you want to blame? Some of you might want to blame somebody, but who do you want to blame? Who do you want to blame for this disgusting performance? But Zoheb, we don't need to replace Mahrez. We don't need to, okay? We've had, if I'm right, 5 clean sheets in 19 games this season. 5 clean sheets in 19 games is not good enough. I mean, if we'd had 10 clean sheets, I'd have still said that's not good enough. 10 clean sheets out of 19 is only 50%. We've had 5 clean sheets in 19 games. You were not gonna look. If we could sort the clean sheets out, we'd be well. We could sort this problem out. Heads just stops it. I don't know, mate. I don't know. The motivation should be there. Kyle Walker himself said, he was motivated to win that 4th. Well, this is not the way. This is not the way you play. If you're motivated to win that 4th league title on the banks, this is not how you do it. It's not how you do it. Defense was scared to attack. Well, they were fouling. I think we committed the most fouls that we've done this season. That's for sure. Sean says, let's get that up. City lost their heads. Even Pep hardly got out of the dugout. He looked depressed. He should have been getting out and bawling at them because that's not how you defend. That first goal from Thiago Silva, that header from the corner. Come on. I really hate zonal marking. I hate it. Nobody picking him up. Free run. Okay, Cucurella was fouling a little bit, but not enough for them to give anything. Free run, easy header, no one there. 1-0. Sterling's goal. Diaz, terrible play. Okay, Diaz, terrible play. Gvardiol, terrible play. Walker, terrible play, not chasing back, not anticipating. The 3rd goal from Jackson. I mean, first of all, you've got Edison with a horrendous block. Terrible. Okay. And then no defender was chasing in. It was Jackson scored because he was the one chasing in. None of our guys were bothered. They weren't bothered. Oh, man alive. That was just a blooming awful performance. Awful. Look, for a neutral say it was horrible. The quality on show today was almost non-existent. We went through moments where we were playing really well, controlling the game. to suddenly turning, it's like a light switch. We turned it light switch off and we were awful again. I really don't get this. I really don't get this. So frustrated, guys. So frustrated. I'm that frustrated. I don't even want to carry on with this blooming stream. That's how frustrated I am, guys. That's how frustrated I am. Oh, it's absolute terrible performance. Terrible performance. I'm slowing down now. What can you say? I mean, really was awful. Really was awful. I don't know. I mean, do we deserve the way we're playing? Look, I look at the games. The games we've lost. The games we've lost this season. Not enjoyed them. Embarrassing. The games we've lost this season. The way we've played this season, I thought we might turn the corner. I thought we might turn the corner a little bit. Look, against Bournemouth scored. I said we shouldn't be letting goals in. We did it again. I thought we'd turn the corner. I thought we were starting to get better. It was just poor Phil Foden. I thought Foden played good. First half, I think he played well. First half. Second half, nah, he faded. He really faded for me. What I would have done, honestly, I would have swapped Foden, put him on the left, put Doku on the right, because Doku would have ripped Cucurella to pieces. Cucurella is a dodgy defender. He's all hands. He gets his hands on you. And I think Doku would have ripped him to pieces. The game was too fast, not like us. We were just not there. We were looking to... Oh, absolutely, mate. Look, we had enough chances to score 7 or 8. They had plenty of chances to score 7 or 8 as well. We should not be giving the ball away that much. We should not be giving such easy chances up. Then compounded it with all the mistakes. Absolutely. Foden says we didn't have control. Oh, look, we second half we were so dodgy. So many times we were like 2-on-2 defending. What's that all about? What's that all about against fast players? I don't understand it. So we got Hossam says it is obvious that we were we were miles off it, mate. Miles off it. I've not even looked at social media, but I think there'll be a lot of criticism. Lot of criticism about the way we played. Just looking at what my mate said. He said they should be walking home. They've been disgracefully bad. These are guys in their 60s. These are guys in their 60s and what they're saying. Say we're poor defensively, it's embarrassing. I don't know. Oh dear, guys. Oh dear. It's just so terrible what's going on in the world. I'm not going to go on to that, but it's terrible. I'm just looking at in the first half, there was a VAR stoppage and 4 goals, 6 minutes added on. Second half, there were 3 goals, an injury to Edison, 8 minutes. How do you explain that? Here, Patrick's on live. I think he said he's fuming as well. Someone says time to replace Stones. Leaves us exposed season after season. That's a stupid take. I'm gonna have to say that. We're supposed to have some quality defenders. So don't need Stones all the time. But we can't defend for Toffee. We cannot defend for Toffee. Let's look at some other comments. Diaz this is a guy called Adam, says Diaz is one of the best defenders I've seen at City. Even the best of shockers, he's had one today. He was awful. Awful. Some of the comments are rubbish. I'm not going to read them out. What's going on in the world, and then all right, City losing or drawing. Sorry, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But some people say, yeah, look, we're top at table. It's November. We're going to be getting into Christmas and the New Year, still in control of our own destiny. But today, honestly, I look at today as, yeah, definitely 2 points. 2 points chucked away today. 2 points chucked away against a poor Chelsea side. If we play half decent, we comfortably win that game. Half decent, and we couldn't even manage that. The ball was bouncing around the defense like they were rebounders. It's like a game of pinball, wizard. I'm glad it's still November. May terrible. What was your thought on Akanji and the Stones role? Akanji isn't Stones. If you want, to be honest, if you want to play Akanji there, don't. If you want to play someone there, you play Rico Lewis, or you start with Kovacic. For me, that was wrong. We've seen before, Akanji doesn't work. Rico Lewis, I think, works much better than Akanji. Yes, the issue is you then defensively, you got a problem in defense because you got Walker, but then you play with three at the back. Aki, not fit for this game. Stones, not fit for this game. The only other option then is Rico Lewis. Put him there. I mean, I was surprised. I said so before the game. I said I was a bit surprised. I thought Bernardo would play there alongside Rodri, but I thought it would. Once the team was announced, I thought it would be Bernardo. I personally wanted Rico Lewis there. Well, look, we had a blooming good side out. We shouldn't have lost anyway. Liverpool has a great attack, so defense. They could rip us to pieces. Really could. I'm not trying to be a doom and gloom merchant today, but I'm massively, massively disappointed. Honestly, massively disappointed about what happened today. It's just been a terrible, terrible performance. As I said, tough stuff going on in the world. I'm just looking at points. I can't read some of them out. Conor Gallagher didn't get a yellow card. That's crazy. I can't read Press Rich Blues out. F off, DS. You've been absolutely effing awful. Wow. Let's have a look. Terrible. Still trying to find some more comments from people on Twitter, but so there's a lot of other stuff on my timeline at the moment. Let's have a look. Too much politics on my timeline, so I can't find too many people commenting. Let's have a look. Chelsea versus Man City. Let's find some comments then. Cole Palmer, we'll let him score. Well, struggling. Let's try and find some Chelsea Man City comments from people then. Fortunately on Twitter, most of it's pictures and stuff and not interesting stuff like that. So give that a miss. Let's have a quick look again. But nah. Last chance on Twitter for anybody decent. Nah. People just crying. Gary Lineker says, "What a game, marvelous." Yeah, I'm so happy. Adam Salke says, "4-4 boy, have we thrown this away, City?" Yeah, people saying Liverpool are there challenging. They're 2 points behind City. 2 points behind. Our goal difference is 20. Theirs is 17. That's not good enough, is it? Leave it. Now on Twitter, I'm going to start to wind down if no one's going to say, okay. Let's read this. Akanji and Rodri played in different positions, similarly on defense. Diaz played right and Akanji played left. Why? Pep? I don't know. As I said, if you want to play somebody alongside Rodri, if you're not going to do Kovacic, if you're not going to do Nunez or Phillips, it's got to be Rico Lewis. If you want that little bit of guile and control, Rico Lewis is your man. You bigged him up in the week, and now you drop him. I just don't get it. Look at all the games where we dropped points. We were horrible. So look, but the worry is we played 19 games this season. We've been horrible in more than 3, a lot more than 3. We've had 5 clean sheets in 19. 5 clean sheets ain't good enough. Liverpool 1 point behind. Yeah, it's a massive, massive concern, guys. I'll be honest, I'm concerned because we should have done much, much better. We should have done much, much better than what we offered up today. And I'm like you guys, massively disappointed. Massively disappointed. Right, guys, there's not many comments coming through. I'm tired. It's past 7 o'clock. I'd rather go have some dinner, do a bit of working on some props that I'm working on some equipment, and send some emails. I'd rather work this evening than carry on whinging about football. Well, guys, thanks for joining me today. Not too many of you, but I know I'm not around that much anymore, so it is what it is. Just looking at people having a go at Ruben Diaz. I'm not going to read out some of the comments because guys, with what's going on in the world, I'm going to give it up now. With what's going on in the world, I'm going to give it up for football. Football isn't everything. I wanted the win to, bring a little smile to my face. It's brought a bit of consternation, but we move on, guys. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to the channel, where have you been? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. We'll see you around Blues. Hopefully, I'll have calmed down a bit before I chat with Bernard. Hopefully tomorrow, but I think he'll be ranting. He'll be ranting probably more than me. Guys, look after yourselves. Take care. We'll see you around Blues.